And if you got YouTube, go ahead and check us out on YouTube as well. We running live over there right now. So, do you believe in love?
And the setup on YouTube is fire.
Yeah.
How you looking over there, bros, on this side? Is it looking good, baby? Is it looking good?
Hit that too far.
I don't like that camera. That camera got that little dot on it, man. I gotta fix
I
that.
don't know why.
Figure out how to take that
on
off.
there still. What's going on, everybody coming through here? Yo, you rocking with the podcast head on Voicey Fam on IG, TikTok, Bigo. We at Macy's. We at Giant.
We at your local Kroger's.
Yeah. Look. Let me know in the comments if y'all can hear us, please.
Yeah.
Hopefully y'all can hear us.
I don't like that. That thing is on the camera, man. It's bothering me.
Yeah. Which one?
That one.
Let's go ahead and share this live.
Appreciate everybody coming in. We got 2 on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody. Yeah.
Do you believe?
Let us know in the comments that you can hear us, please.
Yeah. Got some topics tonight.
We're gonna wait for y'all to come up in here though.
Say the best for last though.
Yeah, say the best for last.
All right, fellas, what's going on, baby?
What's going on? Happy Thursday to everybody coming through.
Thank y'all for coming through.
Happy Thursday. Let us know in the comments if you can hear us.
Podcast heads, bang, 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 baby.
Yeah.
We here.
We here.
Open to being extra by bringing.
So, I'm the one and only B. Glenn. How y'all doing tonight?
It's your boy Jody, the one and only.
Solo Swang in the building. Solo Dolo.
Yeah, and bros. Yeah,
That camera's messed up.
It is.
Huh?
It is.
Just don't go to that one. Don't go to one.
That's us though.
I know, I mean, it's
No one, don't you go to one, no one, boy.
He said don't go to one. They not
one,
gonna see us
boy.
ever.
No one, boy.
How's everybody doing? Let me play this. It's
Yeah,
still
hit
on.
that John real quick.
Well, the crazy thing is it was on the commercials. I gotta figure out how to do it. We can let everybody come in the building.
Huh? Oh, he got to hit one again. Hit one, Larry? Nah, it's showing some other stuff. Yeah, it's showing some other stuff. You ain't got like a back.
This is what happens when you put money into expensive products. When you just continuously buy stuff, it don't work. You be like, man, take that sucker back.
Switch it. Went out.
The whole thing went up?
YouTube.
No. YouTube's still on. It went out for you because he was switching.
Oh, yeah.
He cut the
Oh,
joint.
yeah, now.
I'm not showing anything there. Yeah.
Good evening. Hey, can y'all hear us in the comments?
Yeah.
Good. Shout out to everybody coming through here right now. You rocking with. Love.
I can't switch it. Put it on
I
one.
got B. Glenn. Why you gonna cut me off while I'm trying to rap?
That's on you.
You gotta put
Oh,
it
my
on
bad.
You hit one. It's back
Yeah.
on.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. Love. Hey, love.
I have it.
We got bleed. What's going on, everybody? I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
We got B. Glenn. We got Jody.
It still got that little laser on it.
We
man,
got
but
Bros.
the facial recognition where it recognized, but
You
it's
know
all
we
good.
live, B. Glenn.
Yeah, it's all good.
Don't forget.
They know we got these technical difficulties every time, or every once in a while. So it is
Uh.
what it is. We just trying to fine tune this thing, folks.
Love.
Appreciate y'all.
If you coming in, take a
yeah.
seat. If you coming in, take a seat. If you coming in, take a seat. Take a seat. I take a seat.
We're going to have some dope conversation tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live. Yeah.
Get me something inside of me. You know I got to. I got to get me something inside of me.
Love. Yeah. It's Thursday. We wish it was Friday so we can chill and go to bed and wake up on Saturday. Who got to go to work?
Let's start popping this
All
off,
right,
man.
all right.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's get this popping.
Once again, we back. You know what I'm saying? Another Thursday. Appreciate everybody jumping in here, following the channel. You just got in here, man. First things first, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that follow button, that like button, whichever button is means the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Support the channel, man.
Please do.
We're doing this. You know,
So
whichever device y'all on, man, you can catch us on our IG page. You can catch us on our YouTube page. You know.
Yeah. All right, let's rock with this.
All right. So first things first.
Get into it.
We got an article that comes to us from ABC News.
Mm-hmm.
It says that a teen killed, 4 wounded in shooting after football scrimmage. It goes on to say a 14-year-old youth was killed and 4 other students wounded in a shooting near a Northwest Philadelphia high school athletic field after a football scrimmage, authorities said. Police said players were walking off the field behind Roxborough High School after a scrimmage involving 3 schools when at least 2 people opened fire shortly after 4:30 p.m. Tuesday before fleeing on foot. Police said a 14-year-old shot in the chest was pronounced dead shortly after 5 p.m. Wednesday at Einstein Medical Center. A 17-year-old shot in the arm and leg and a 14-year-old shot in the thigh were listed in stable condition. No information was immediately available about a 4th student taken to a hospital. Another student grazed by a bullet was treated at the scene. Deputy Police Commissioner John Stanford told reporters that the players were walking away from a scrimmage involving Roxborough High School, Northeast High School, and Boys Latin Charter School that had just concluded when the gunfire began. He said the boys were targeted while doing one of the things that we encourage our kids to do, and one family's son won't make it home today. Wow.
So I noticed that there is a lot of killing going on and shooting going on at these football games for the past year or so, even this year. You know, I know you heard about the coach getting shot up, you know, on the football field. And now you got kids, this is a scrimmage, you know what I mean? Or they're practicing in high school. And, you know, we're wondering what is the cause of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're not saying what the cause is per se, or they don't know who has done it. You know, being a coach for myself, I mean, I have coaches on the panel with me right now. That's kind of feeling, you know what I mean? To be able to go to a, you know, to tell your parents that your child was just shot at practice. It's tough. What's your take on it, Jody?
It's one of them things where it's sad on a whole number of reasons. I mean, when you talk about kids, this is the problem that has plagued our country for many, many years. And a lot of things are just getting shined on because of social media we have today, which is bringing a whole lot of awareness of what's going on in these neighborhoods. But this stuff has been going on. I mean, I can remember when I was playing and when I was in school, it was a lot of, I mean, it wasn't as many shootings, but it was a lot of fights and a lot of other things going on. I think these days, these kids have turned to other things as far as weapons and everything, and which they are starting to see in their environment and what's going on, like video games. It's so much stuff that triggers these kids these days, man. I think it's just becoming more and more of an issue,
right?
And it needs to be addressed. How do we address it? I don't know, because the powers that be, I really don't think it really matters to them, but making a buck. So I don't know how we can address this, but to bring more and more awareness to some of these kids and what the issue really is. But who knows? That's all I got on that.
I think at the same time too, man, you know, like I also want to make sure that we, you know, us as people, man, like we need to start taking accountability for, you know, the stuff that kind of goes on right in our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, a football game, six plus kids at a football game get shot up in critical condition. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just ridiculous, man. Like the streets, like come on.
I agree.
But these days, people don't even know what's going on in their community. Like so many people are so wrapped up in their own lives. I mean, they don't even have time to even understand what's going on in their community.
Yeah. I mean, it's really sad, like we said before, that, the gridiron is viewed as a place to get away from it all. You know what I'm saying? To be able to go out there and to just relieve your, not relief, but kind of just go ham. You know what I'm saying? You can go on a football field and you're supposed to just produce and have fun. And here these kids are coming off the field at the end of practice and getting shot at. It's crazy, man. It's
and that's the thing. The another thing I would say is, how can we can expect the kids to be well behaved when the adults ain't well behaved?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's not. It's just what it is. Is what they see. Is what social media shows. Is what I mean. I don't understand.
Yeah. In here in this article a little bit further down, it says the shooting occurred hours after Mayor Jim Kenney signed an executive order banning guns and deadly weapons from the city's indoor and outdoor recreation spaces, including parks, basketball courts, and pools.
This is Philly, right?
Yeah,
this is Philly.
Yeah, this is Philly.
Let's get one thing straight about Philly. If anybody don't know about Philly, like the Kensington area, if you go down there, wow, it's like drugs are open market down there. It's the violence it's almost like they limit the drug use and the drugs in a certain area so it won't go spread out as far as it means. And they do the same thing in San Francisco. Some cities do this where we saw Skid Row in Oakland, right? Everybody know what Skid Row is. They just allow is an open market they keep it contained by just putting it in a separate area instead of letting it spread out. You know what I mean? So, but this is problematic because they don't have the funds to treat them all. They don't have the funds to house them all. They just try to contain them by keeping them in a certain area.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad.
It really is, man. It really is.
Okay. I think let us know in the comments what you think. Let us know, do you guys have any kids playing sports?
Yeah.
Do you guys have any children, and how do you guys feel about that? Your kids out there playing sports, and what would you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? And let me ask y'all this. What precautions can we take when it comes to these type of video games? I mean, not video games, these games.
I mean, there's already they have, remember they were talking about take resource officers out of school, which that failed. I think a lot of people that look at when they was looking at these resource officers and everything, they ain't never been in an inner city school. They couldn't have been to say, let me take resource officers out of school. Because I can tell you right now in DC is metal detectors in any city. I guarantee in Detroit, in Chicago, there's metal detectors before you go in high schools now. But at the same time, the metal detectors has been there. So when they were talking about taking resource officers and stuff out of school, I'm like, oh, this can't be people that know what's really going on in the hood.
Yeah,
can't know.
There's
no way.
I got a comment from Heart of the Open. Just got home from work. Just wanted to pop in and show support. We need to get more involved in our communities by providing stop the violence programs and membership for the youth. God bless. Mentorship for the youth. Mentorship for the youth. God bless.
No doubt.
Thank you, B.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you for that comment. Yeah,
because it's necessary. I mean, like I said, in the inner city, we talking about a lot of these bigger cities. They don't have that, or it's lack of. Yeah. I mean, it's not enough, or it's not enough.
Heart of the pen. My bad.
There's not enough resources.
I got a lot of light
to help out. You know what I mean? So it needs to be addressed. I mean, this stuff. I mean, but I can go on and on with this for real because I've been there.
I know to a whole nother level. Honestly,
I know what it's like.
The sad thing is that, like you said, you got this going on up there. I mean, it was just a school like 2 weeks ago. Now this is like the second game of the season that they canceled the game because there was a threat. Yeah. So I mean, this stuff is going on everywhere. But I mean, why are people targeting this? Man, these kids, man, some of these kids, football or baseball or soccer or whatever the sport is they choose to play, this is what they love to do. This is all they know. Yeah. So if you take that away from them, you know what I'm saying, by calling up saying you're gonna do something at the game or something like that, you messing up people's lives and possibly people's scholarships to go off to school.
No, so, you're right. Right. You're right.
It's crazy. Yeah. Crazy. But yep.
Shout out to everybody coming through here, harmonizing. Everybody that's coming through the building right now on our side, we appreciate everybody. You're welcome to join the comments. You're welcome to talk and support. Make sure y'all subscribe, follow us. We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok. We're on the different platforms. So make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe and follow. Also, whatever we talk about, leave some questions, chime in. You know what I mean? We love to hear your feedback. And at the end, we definitely will bring some of you guys up to really touch base and talk to us. Get your feedback because we definitely love y'all feedback. The reason why we on here.
Most definitely. What y'all want to run into next on this?
Run into it.
Wherever you want to go, B.
Time for the nitty gritty.
Is it prenup time? Prenup? I smell a hole. My God.
I mean, we can run into the prenup. I mean, it's really not an article on it. It's just, I guess we're gonna go with basically opinions on prenup. So let's start with Solo Swang.
No, nigga, don't start with me on that.
Hey, look, you know what? No, I start with it. You know, I start with it. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, we got a topic out here as far as prenups. What do we think about prenups, and are prenups necessary for a couple? I will give my little spin on it. I would say it depends. I know some certain people probably feel a certain way because they're like, well, if you ask for a prenup, then that means what? Do you don't love me, or
you don't love me?
Yeah, you don't love. You know how women say, but at the same time, you don't trust me. But at the same time, I mean, we live in a society where we don't know. Like, let's say, I think it depends. Of course, we talking about, you know, people in a higher earning range. And if you are in a higher earning range, I'm being honest, like, even you should ask. It should be something. I ain't saying the prenup got to be where, you walk away with nothing, but I think it could be some stipulations. I mean, put some provisions in there, whereas though, okay, if there's cheating going on, then, you know, this is that. Or you could put a prenup could be done any way you see fit that you agree with. I mean, that's basically what it is. It is a contract of agreement. If we split, you could say, okay, you could get 10% of something, or you could keep the house, or you could keep it don't necessarily have to be we split and everything 50-50. You know what I mean? It could be something, but I mean, right now, I mean, hey, if that's what that's how they feel. That's how they feel. I mean,
yeah, I mean, and so I'm looking at it from a number of different ways, right? Like, at what point is the prenup coming in, right? Like, is it, you know, and how long have you been with this person, right? Because that also plays a factor into whether or not, you know, a prenup is needed, right? Like, if this jump being your ride or die from day one, before you even got to the point of having something to take away, or that can be taken away, then do you give a prenup at that point? For me, you know, no. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, if it's like you already got bread, you already established, and you come into a new relationship, then I mean, unfortunately, I don't know, man. It's tough, man, because it's a lot of diggers out here, man.
It ain't tough. I want a prenup. It ain't tough. I want a prenup.
No. I'm saying it's tough. It's tough from the standpoint of really finding someone and really knowing if that person loves you for you, or if they just want the bag. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it,
man. Let me tell you, I feel sorry for these ball players and these sports entertainers. I feel sorry for them. Because you just don't know.
And it goes both ways too, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For women who play sports or you know, doing whatever, lawyers, doctors, and stuff like that, you know.
So I'm gonna give y'all two scenarios with this prenup situation, because y'all know I tell you all the time I watch the 90 Day Fiance and I watch the Love After Lockup. So on 90 Day Fiance, you got Bilal and Shaida, right? Shaida's from Trinidad and Tobago, and Bilal lives like out in, I don't know where he lives at, but anyway, he's in the States. So he came to her saying he wants to do a prenup. Now she's coming from Trinidad where she really don't have nothing. And she's like, well, why are you know what I'm saying, if we love each other, why can't we, you know what I'm saying, work through it or whatever? So she gets real upset about it. Huh?
That's the Muslim joint, right?
Yeah. Right. She's like, why we can't work through it or whatever? And he's like, nah, you know, he want to do that. So she's like, okay. Well, she threw a stipulation in the prenup. Like, she want to have kids. He already got 2 kids in a previous marriage. So he wants to have kids. I mean, she wants to have kids. So she put in the prenup, we need to have kids within the first 2 years of us being married.
Wait a minute. What? Well, that's basically saying, why we having a prenup if you want to have kids? Hello.
Well, I guess he figured he put it because he wants to protect his assets. You know, his ex-wife is like, you know, she felt like it was, you know, he needed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because she wants to protect her kids so that she don't take this money or whatever, something happened to him from her kids. So anyway, so that's one scenario with a prenup, right?
Okay.
So the other one is on Love After Lockup. Dude, Brittany and Ray get out of jail. He been doing what he's supposed to do. And her mom, Brittany's mom, tells her like, look, maybe you should do a prenup. So she brings it to him. He's like, you know, why are we doing a prenup? If we love each other, you know, why do we need to do a prenup? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hold you accountable for anything. Now he got like fines and stuff, like astronomical fines. And her mom was like, you don't want to be held accountable for that when you marry him. But he's like, you're not going to. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, what are the stipulations in these prenups?
What does she do on a Love After Hip Hop? Lockup. What does she do?
I don't know what she does, where she works at or whatever, but she makes decent money. She got her own place, own car, stuff like that.
You really can't say that because that's like saying, okay, let's say he got fines, right? That's fines. But what if he got a student loans or something? So would you say, we need a prenup? Right? Yeah, it'd be the same. Yeah. So I don't want to get married because you got student loans. I mean, that don't even make sense. But that goes back to what we were saying about people's credit and all that other stuff too. No, for real. That goes back to I remember, I think it was episode maybe 3 or 4. We was talking about do credit affects. Can credit affect a relationship or what they owe, like how much they in debt or something like that? I think we was briefly talked on that about far as a prenup, because let's say if I go into we getting married and you owe, you know, $200,000-$300,000 in student loans plus debt and all that other stuff, like wait a minute, like we need to sign this prenup because I'm not gonna be paying for your debt, like, you know what I mean.
Okay, so let's ask you this. How much debt are we taking care of if they coming in a relationship? Are we taking care of any debt or what we doing?
But see, that's the thing. It depends on the person. It just really depends because, I mean, let's say, I guess, depends on the person, there's perspective, because, I mean, they $200,000-$300,000 in debt. I mean, hey.
That's a lot.
And their credit is like.
And when you get married, you know what I'm saying, what's yours is mine and what's mine is yours.
No, that ain't real. What's yours is yours and what's mine is mine.
Let's keep it let's keep it in perspective here. We know as you get older, there's going to be a lot of more, you know, things going on, far as, you know, it could be debt, it could be student loans, it could be a whole number of things. But what is it that's the deal breaker for that you say, I want a prenup, or what is it that could say? And I'm not talking about entertainers or people, I'm talking about just a regular like, what can you say? Like, wait a minute, I might need to think about this for a second because you got too much stuff going on.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's a touchy subject, you know. And I guess
what is y'all take on far as what is the limit? I mean, I know y'all, dudes are married, but so hypothetically, what will be the limit?
The limit on what now? So give me that one more time.
Well, let's say you meet a person and they got student loans and debts and all that, and they're about.
You better take care of that before you come into a relationship.
$300,000 in, like, when do you say?
Better file bankruptcy.
You can do a prenup. You can do a prenup for that. Like, for real, you could say, well, hold up now. I come into this, but let's sign this prenup because I don't want to be held accountable for your debt. You can say that.
I think, now this is just me.
He said,
if you love somebody and you want to be with that somebody, you gotta take them flaws and all. And if you got debt, then we got to work that out together. Like, baby, when we get together, I'm not saying I'm paying your bills, but you gonna make sure you paying this. And if you need help, you know what I'm saying, I'm here to support you because that's what I am. I'm your better half to help support you. So that's my thoughts.
AKA, I'm gonna pay all your bills.
Look, hashtag life on you, huh? hashtag life on you, huh?
Nah. Yeah, I mean, there's like you said, man, there's all kinds of things that you can put inside of a prenup, man. It's just tough. It's tough, man, if you already established and you meet somebody and they're not as established as you, or they, you know what I'm saying? How do you honestly know if that person is there for you, man. Like I feel like you always have that thought in the back of your mind, like,
yes.
Well, when you get
this
married,
person,
you can't get married off of like that's like saying you've been with somebody for 3 months and get married and you still don't know them. You should know them before you get married, at least to some extent. You know what I'm saying?
but I'm just saying, like from the outside looking in, right? Like how do you for sure know? Like, because they could put a facade the entire time.
Let me tell you what I think some of them do, and this is honestly true.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we talk about celebrities and everything like that, they can sign that prenup, but they only with you because they're gonna network and see how much they could bring up themselves.
Mm-hmm.
For example, let's say if you could be a ball player, right? Or let's say you're an actor, and let's say you got this random girl that get with you, and she'll probably say, "Oh, I signed a prenup," but in all of mine, she already know you're gonna have her sign a prenup because the only thing she want to do is get close to everybody else so she could build up herself.
Yeah,
she don't care about you signing that prenup. Do you get what I'm saying? So in the back of your mind, you still don't know.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
They put terms. Yeah. They put term limits in there, John. Like, oh, after you got to be with me for 15 years, 10 years, 15 years. And some youngins, they be holding on that 15 when that 15 hit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They hold on.
Half.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, I get it. I just be making jokes. I just feel like you need to have your stuff in order before you bring it to the relationship. Have your stuff in order and make sure y'all talk about it before y'all say I do. Because that's a big.
What is having your stuff in order though? What did that
man? You better file bankruptcy. You better do what you gotta do. You better find some. Go to Lexington Law. You better go to Lexington Law or find a lawyer to get that stuff straight.
What did she say? But baby, you're a millionaire. You could just pay. No, you need to go ahead and file bankruptcy.
Look. Hey, you get half of whatever's in the U.S. bank accounts.
So
$1.
We got a comment from August Monica.
Yeah, go ahead and read those.
When you get married, what's yours is his and what's yours is his. So legally, you're going to be just as responsible. More 215 said facts. B Glenn, thank you very much. His is yours is what they meant. Yep. So those are the two comments so far.
What's good? Track just came in the building. What's good?
I mean, for me, I look at it as though I wouldn't care, and I'm being honest. If I love you, and it do depend on the status of the, but I still I don't think I would care. It really depends on you knowing the person because I'm not gonna marry him until I know you.
I don't need a -5 on my credit score. It's already bad enough. I can't get a piece of gum on credit.
But again, it goes back to why you marry him. Just like B said, why are you marrying him in 3 months or whatever? I mean, you got to take time to know him. Like, I don't care. Yeah. And then what is that?
Yeah,
time
no, I'm
look
just
like?
joking though.
Well, what does that time look like?
Everybody's time is different. To me, I feel. Yeah. I mean, me and my wife, it was almost 6 years, I think.
Nigga, because you was scared.
Let me double check. Let me go back. Let me not speak out of tune.
Yeah,
I know it was a couple years before we did get married. And I mean, some people can be in love right away, but do you really know somebody in 6 months? I mean, we had someone on here before that said that they did. You know, they married after 6 months. But I mean,
no,
I feel like
I think it takes more than 6 months.
You always hear those. You always hear those stories
with you
when
I have to live with you.
Yeah,
first.
Well, you always hear those stories, like especially in church. The church stories always make it sound good. Like, you know, she knocked on my door. She was a Jehovah's Witness, and I fell in love. And the next year, I mean, I've heard the next, you know, like a week later, we got married, and we've been married 60 years now. You're like, God dang, is it like that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Look, it's possible.
Yeah,
but I feel like,
generally speaking, no.
I feel like in order for, like, I mean, it's going down a different road, but I feel like in order for the relationship to, like, you to really know know a person and for it to last, you gotta be with them longer than 3-6 months. You know what I'm saying? But you can definitely have a feeling that right? You know, but
I feel like living with somebody can be tricky too.
Absolutely,
because that can deteriorate you from wanting to get married or be with the person.
That's the whole point.
Right. That's the point.
You can't live with them.
That's the point. Exactly. That is the point.
So you're going to so you're going, as your mother would say, you're going to test drive the car, but you won't buy it. Yeah. you going to drink the milk, but you don't want the cow.
I'm gonna bring it back with no gas.
I can't stand up saying. So
I'm just joking, man.
I'm test driving it for this reason. Exactly.
You put mileage on it.
I might not like the seats or the engine might not rev the way I wanted to rev.
Man, look, ain't
Or the
nobody
steering
trying to
wheel-
buy a car
the
that got
steering wheel
200 some
don't feel
thousand
the way
miles.
I feel. Exactly. Or they got too many miles on them. You know what I'm saying? It
The
depends.
wheels is falling off.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
I
you
don't
gonna
like
know.
the way the road feels on bumpy. It's too bumpy.
You're gonna know the mileage before you get to the apartment stage.
I
So.
better know that. Unless they take it into their grave. I think I had to tell you this, baby. What?
I know this going somewhere else a little bit, but what is the mileage looking like? Like, do that matter?
Yeah, for me, it matters.
Well, why would you even ask that question though? Like,
But you
baby,
don't
know,
though. Like, but you.
just
Well,
tell
it
me.
depends.
I mean, give me a ballpark figure. I mean, what?
When you like in your teenage years and your early 20s, you want to know that. But now, your 30s and
No,
going,
I
you like,
definitely
nigga, don't
wanna
tell
know.
me nothing.
You still
I
want to know?
definitely- look,
Keep that to yourself.
nope.
Hey, bro, look. Hey, bro, she'd be like 70. Be like, so how many have you had?
Yeah.
Look,
Hey,
he don't.
Well, back in '82,
He
I
don't.
had 10 in one night.
He don't want that. He don't want that bum lip.
I mean, but look, seriously, fellas, like, would that matter though? Would that really matter?
yeah.
I mean,
Why
but-
it won't matter?
But how would you? I mean, because to me, one is too many. So what?
But how? No,
look.
come on, bro. Everybody have one.
I don't
know,
want to
but
be.
I'm just saying,
Listen, I don't want to be. I
I
don't want to be down and be like, hello.
Okay. All right.
Got
So
a
what
straight
if,
echo of that,
okay.
Jack.
so what if your wife? Oh yeah, man. So what if your wife came up to you and said, "Hey, babe, listen, I need to talk to you and get something off my chest. It's been bothering me."
Keep it on your
It wouldn't
chest.
happen.
Keep it on
It
your
wouldn't
chest.
happen
Keep it on your chest.
because those questions came up before
Keep it on.
rings were even thought about.
Yeah, keep it on your chest.
Be like, no, baby, I really need to get this off my chest. Listen,
Go in the room and talk to yourself.
before we met, I was, a
Whoremonger.
prostitute. I was a prostitute for about 6 months, and I can't remember how many guys it was because a lot of times I was, under the influence. How would you feel? Like,
We not talking no more.
that ain't no. So you just gonna get a divorce?
No, but this is what I'm saying, bro.
You hold back.
You can't. For me, these questions are asked before rings are even thought of.
Yeah, but what if she didn't tell you because she didn't want to lose you?
Yeah, and then
Oh,
you find
hell
out
no.
like,
Yeah, and then you
like a
find
year
out
into the
later.
marriage, you're gonna be like,
Exactly.
oh no.
Nah, look.
Exactly.
Oh no.
You don't want it. You don't want
You
to.
don't think that happens, bro? That happens.
Look. I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
it. Don't,
that
but like,
happened.
oh man.
Look, you don't want the. You somewhere and your homie going, oh, what's up, man? You married her? That's what's up.
Oh my god! Can you imagine that, bro? Like you
Look,
was
You
like,
seen her tattoo?
ain't you,
What tattoo you talk about?
ain't you suckalicious from the petty club that used to be the strip club?
Hell no, she not. Her name is Sandra.
And then you looking at her, she looking at you, you looking at her like,
And she's
what
a
is he talking
God-fearing
about?
woman.
Yeah.
She's in the church. What are you talking about?
She would never.
Exactly.
Nah, but for real, man, what
Gotta
would
go
you
home
do?
and strangle her.
How would you feel, man? What would you do?
I mean, it
Nothing.
depends. It depends on the type of person you are, right? And it depends on the, how high you hold marriage, right? Because there's some people that like, oh, I want to get married, but they just get married just to say that they married or be married, right? But like, if you really value marriage, that's something that you just got to work to. That's something you just gonna have to get past.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
no,
I
yeah,
mean-
you're right.
No,
I mean, you
I
got
mean,
to. I
I
mean,
mean,
you
you're
know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's
The-
a blow, though, man.
You gotta.
The Bible say, look, the Bible say like the only thing that the God give you a pass on in terms of like breaking that bond is infidelity, man.
They
Adultery.
need to have. They need to have a. What is it? They need to have a bracelet that say what Jesus wouldn't do.
But I'll
Right.
tell you, that is a blow right there. For her to come at you and just say that, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Of course I'm gonna stay with him. I mean, I'm not gonna like my wife. I'm not gonna. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's how I would look at it. It is what it is. Man.
Yeah.
But I would tell her, why did you tell me that? I would ask her, why did you tell me that? Now in the back of my mind, I'm gonna be looking at you when we sitting there. I'm gonna be looking at you like, I wonder what some of the things she did to these dudes, man. I know she did.
Exactly.
You wonder what's some of the craziest stuff you did. It's like in your mind, you just curious, like, man, I wonder what she did. She did it, didn't she?
So, moving right along. This next article comes from Abba Gopan with the Newsbreak contributor. The title goes, "Be a dad to his daughter. Man refuses to accept a fair child to hide his infidelity." Should one come clean with their spouse after a night of infidelity? Then it goes on to say, she and her husband dated for 3 years and then married 4 years ago. During the third year of their marriage, she noticed a significant change in her husband's behavior. He started drinking excessively, lost his job, and cut contact with most of his family members. With her help, her husband got over the addiction and landed a better paying job. One day, she came home to her husband crying. At first, she thought there was death in his family and tried to console him. After 20 minutes, he calmed down and told her he had a one-night stand at his brother's wedding 2 years ago and got the woman pregnant. His family asked him to step up and be a dad to his daughter, but he was afraid the author would walk away and decided to not be involved. Despite this, the woman went on to have the baby, and his family kept pressuring him to do the right thing. After his daughter was born, he visited and held her and admitted to seriously considering being involved in her life, but he resisted because he was afraid the author would leave him. And it says, however, his daughter passed away when she was 5 months old due to health issues, and he hasn't been able to forgive himself because he rejected and abandoned her. His family is blaming him, and that's when he started drinking and became depressed. He broke down and said that his daughter meant something to him, and he's done hiding the way he feels about his flesh and blood. He also hoped the author would forgive him because his daughter passing away was the punishment he got for his infidelity.
So to sum it up, a guy had a kid, slept cheated on his wife, had a kid. The kid passed away in 5 months, and he felt guilty because he didn't step up
to be a dad.
He or she was 5 months when they passed.
Yeah.
So now he feels bad.
He feels bad. Yeah.
So the question is what?
It's not really a question. It's just,
like, how do we feel about?
Yeah. How do y'all feel about the whole situation? Like, I mean, that's a crazy topic.
So he hid.
So he never was a father. He like the baby was born. He was.
He never was a father to the baby.
Right. So in them 5 months, the baby had health issues, and in 5 months, he never really spent no time with the child other than one time.
So he felt guilty and started drinking.
Yeah, he started drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
So she helped him get out of that funk. He started doing good, but after that, he realized, like, I guess he realized he messed up, like,
because he wasn't in the baby's life.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing.
It definitely is.
I don't want to sound insensitive here, so I got to process this and gather my words on this, what I'm about to say. Do y'all think that's something you would have, but the family knew?
The family knew and wanted him to be with the mom, is what it said.
The mom of the other baby.
Yeah, the baby, and be a dad to his daughter.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm being perfectly honest here. I'm about to say that's one of them things he probably could have took to his grave, but he felt bad about it because the baby passed away.
Yeah,
but I mean,
that's a lot. How do you go to the grave knowing you got a child outside of your marriage?
Okay, I'm about to say something. There's dudes that do it all the time.
That's crazy.
Wow.
There's dudes that do it all the time. I mean, we talking about guys who not in their kids' life now, and their kids are, have been there all their life. Right. But that's something that you could feel bad about it. You still should have been in the kid's life. But I mean, I'm not saying he should have. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying he could have. He could have took that to his grave.
He could have
took that to his grave. I mean, not to mess up his
like
his
he said,
marriage.
The punishment.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he should have. I'm not saying it would have been right. What I'm saying is he could have took that to his grave. Yeah. That's one of them things when we talk about what you take to your grave. That's something he could have took to his grave.
Yeah.
But it was messing him up, and as it should, it was messing him up inside. Far as everything that was going on with him. Now I'm glad he landed on his feet. Yeah. But did he come clean to his wife about this?
Yeah, he did. He did, and I'm telling her.
So why would it? See, now I would want to know what did his wife do?
It doesn't really go on to say all of that.
What did his wife do? Because I'm a little curious on that, because that's it almost like what we talked about before with if your wife told you what would she do if your husband told you he had a baby, but the baby passed away and all that. You get what I'm saying? Like, how would the wife should feel? I mean, she of course gonna feel weird because the cheating part.
You know how I mean, you're right.
Yeah, but I mean, then you had a kid.
Like, damn, you had a kid on me outside of the marriage, and then the kid died. Is the wife wrong for feeling like?
See, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
Is the wife gonna be like, whoo?
Yeah, exactly.
God, I ain't gonna deal with that.
And that's where I'm going with it. That's where I'm going with it. I wonder I'm curious to see how she felt about that situation. Like, she like, wow, good, because I would have killed you and you would have been with him. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. You could be anything. Yeah. You know?
We got any comments, anybody? I mean, what you think, bros?
I mean, that's a tough situation, man. Just hiding it's one thing to hide the infidelity, then you throw the kid in the mix too. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's
like a double whammy.
Oh yeah, man.
Just throw the kids in the mix.
But they do it all the time. Y'all know dudes disappear and these kids man. Like
I mean, imagine back in the day, like, you know what I mean? Like I heard a story about my father, how my father moved into a neighborhood and he got into a fight with a couple dudes down the street, and come to find out the dudes he was fighting was his brothers, his actual half brothers.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think what messed him up even more is the baby died. So imagine if the baby didn't pass away.
Yeah.
He still would be hiding her.
How would the dynamic be?
He still would be hiding her. That's what be happening.
Yeah.
He still would do. I mean, people do that all the time. People, I'm sorry.
That's like some Maury Povich.
It's sad that the baby passed away, but
it happens every day though.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the Maury Povich part is that those people, you don't really see it for what it is. You just hear the story.
Yeah.
But in real life, this is what's happening behind the scenes 24/7. You know what I mean? It's just that we got internet and we got stuff where we can read up on it.
You know, that's the part. You know, let me just go, and I'm about to go say something.
Can y'all, and when you finish that, read a comment if you can.
Yeah, read the comment.
You see it?
All right,
I can read it.
Go ahead. You got
it? Okay. You know, Amor 2115 said that's deep. I think honesty is number one. Had he been honest to his wife and himself from the start, I believe the situation would have been easier to deal with. And that's facts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hold up.
It still would have hurt, but
yeah, that would.
If he would have told his wife he cheated and had a baby, it would have been easier.
I'm saying it still would have hurt.
Baby.
It's the time frame.
Oh, the death of the baby, of course it would have still hurt. Yeah, of course.
And the time frame too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna rip the Band-Aid off. Like, it's better to just go ahead and rip that joint. And then work through it versus, you know what I'm saying? Now,
but you know what?
So many years later.
The crazy part is how much he hurt it. So you know he was remorseful about the situation. He was hurting. I mean, he drank and lost his job. He just couldn't. It kind of crushed.
Some stuff you can't take with you to the grave.
And I agree with you. It'll mess with you. I mean, this is your child. It's still your child. It's a child, period. So I think that still would mess with anybody.
How can you? My thing is, how can you hide a child? You can hide anything else.
What?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like,
just cut them off.
No, but what I'm saying is that's going to come back. You know what I'm saying? As time go on, when they get to become an adult, you know what I mean? It's gonna come out. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Come out. When you say come out, in what way?
I mean, the child may want to find you.
Why?
Somebody may have told them to.
Yeah,
sometimes some people. Some people be like, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna
unanswered questions.
Exactly.
You know.
Okay. The way I look, this is how I see it, not just me. Because y'all know I went through that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care to know. Because I had somebody that, and vice versa, because I had somebody in that place.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what it's like for somebody not to have somebody in that place. So that is the difference. That is the difference.
So taking that in stride, when you don't know who your real father is or your real mother is, people do go to that extent to find them.
That's why I said I'm just going by
your and even in your situation, say for instance you never knew. You know what I'm saying? How would you ever know like health problems? How would you ever know about, you know what I'm saying, other situations
that's true.
Come in?
I didn't care.
Right. I mean,
a lot of people don't care.
Yeah, I didn't know.
That's the last thing I'm probably thinking about.
You got diabetes.
So in my situation, I didn't care, and the reason why I didn't care because I knew my dad.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, even if I went to go find who my real biological father was, my dad be turning over in his grave.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't do it for the respect of my dad.
Right.
Did that make sense?
No, I get it.
You get what I'm
get
saying?
it.
So I knew, and I wanted to keep the remembrance, because when you find, when you find your biological mother or father, then it's always like, it's that awkward, they trying to be in your life, because some of them will try to be in your life. You're already an adult.
To say that they did.
So now there it is.
Want to claim the rights? This my son right here. He doing good.
But what about the situations, right? That where the parent is not there because of situations with the other parent, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? And the other parent is keeping that parent away from the child. You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
But then taking that stance though, like you not wanting to reach out or whatever, once you become of age to do so or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then like you could have established a relationship with this parent and got the whole other side of the story. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's man, that could go on. I ain't even gonna go there.
Go ahead. Let's go.
Let's go.
Because this I'm in this situation. Go. So go ahead.
I mean, because I have a brother-in-law who has kids, and I've heard stories here lately that some of his kids that weren't raised with the family have things to say about the family. So it's sad that when you have kids with somebody and those kids aren't allowed to be around their father or vice versa, that they get these misconstrued conceptions of the family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like these kids really have no idea of what kind of a good family that they really have, but they're continuously maybe bashing them or have slick stuff to say because they don't know.
Right.
So it's sad, man. It's a sad situation to even hear. I couldn't fathom that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never want my kids to not be able to know my family or to know me. But some people don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's what happens, man. It's like
I know firsthand.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. It's tough, man. I'm gonna tell you, even with my boys, man, I'm gonna be honest. I had so many issues with their mother that sometimes I wanted to step away because you go through so much. Like, I'm about to end up in prison messing with these. I'm telling you, it gets to that point. And I think women don't understand. It's like when they say, "Oh, I don't have a relationship with my kids." It's not about the kids. It's about I will be in jail or in a grave if I kept going down this path.
Right.
So it's like, I needed to step away for my safety in life. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, at the same time, it just didn't compel me to do it. So I kept trying to fight. But then sometimes, man, you be like, dang, I keep fighting. And it ain't getting me nowhere, but the negative is it ain't getting nowhere. It ain't getting nowhere, bro. So sometimes it takes a person to say, all right, well, let me step back and then I'll deal with them once they get adults, because it's gonna drain you and take so much out of you mentally and physically. And the mental part is the worst. I mean, staying up at night thinking about it, just anxiety and just going through so much that you just be like, yo, I cannot take this anymore. Let me tell you, I did connect with my biological father, and I asked him. I did. I said, what was the, we had a long conversation. And you know what he said? He said, man, I was young. I didn't know, what to do. I didn't know how to raise a child because I was his oldest. I didn't first, and he ain't know how to raise a child. And my dad was a pain, and I, like, to be around my mother. So it's like, but as a father, I'm like, you should have fought for me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. I'm like, yo, you should have fought. Like, you should have fought for me.
Most definitely.
But at the same time, I knew my dad that raised me, and I'm like, that he fought for me. That's the difference. And I think people don't. That dude fought for me. That's why when my mom told me I had I didn't care, because that dude, my dad, fought for me. And he wasn't even my biological. And he wasn't even my biological father. So it's just a different. But you got to take a step back still, man. Like,
we got a comment. I was gonna say we got a comment.
Oh, go ahead, bro. My John delay. Go ahead and read it. Oh, I had to scroll down. My bad. Which one? From Amor. She said it stated that this family knew about the child and they were persistent about him being in the child's life. So had the baby passed or not, his wife or not his wife may have ended up finding out in the long run.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah. If the that's why I asked, did the family know? Because if the family knew, she was gonna find out. Yeah, she was gonna find out.
No doubt. No doubt.
Gonna find out. That was just going a matter of time.
Yeah,
she was gonna find out. I mean, regardless. But do y'all think that? I mean, we living in a society where sometimes, man, we hear about this all the time.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's just people having outside kids, and I guess, I mean, I don't know, man. Especially when you're married. I mean,
it's tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
Especially when maybe this is the funny thing too. What's even worse is that you may have decided to not have kids anymore, you know, and your spouse may have wanted kids.
Oh,
right. Yeah. Your spouse may have wanted kids, and then she get her tubes tied, and then you go out here and have kids with somebody else, and you said, hey, you know, I thought we said we wasn't gonna have any more kids, and then you go out here and pull the stuff like that. That's tough too, because that person that tied their tubes may have wanted to have more kids. And a lot of times women go through that. They may not that's why a doctor always tell them when they're younger, don't get your tubes tied yet, because you may want more kids in the future. Yeah. And then you always hear them say, well, no, go ahead, let me get my tubes tied. We already made that deal. The next thing you know, they're in their 30s and talking about, babe, I think I want a child. You be like, dang, you know, you made that decision, you know. So they be like, well, you know, and then next thing you know, look what happens. Boom. You got this happening. So that's tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So moving right along. Moving right along. The next topic we're gonna go into, this comes from Newsbreak. Let me see who the writer is on this. Want to get these credits out. Just says The Guard by Eleanor Gordon Smith. It says, I'm in a long-term relationship with a partner I admire but don't love. Do I end it? The article goes on to say, I've been in an intimate relationship with my girlfriend for 3 years. All this time, I knew she loved me. I knew she loved me much more than I loved her. However, she is kind, honest, and smart. So I did not want to lose her and thought I would give the relationship more time, hoping that my feelings will change as time passes. Now I think I made a mistake. She does not have many friends, and she has been unable to relate to my friends either. She's very vulnerable and lives far away from her family. She repeatedly says I am all she cares about. A few months ago, we became flatmates, and that has complicated things even more. I feel if I break up with her, she will be devastated. But despite everything I admire about her, I am not in love with her. How should I end this? I'm now moving to work in another country, so I thought to gradually tell her that the relationship does not work. But should I even do so, given her vulnerability and loneliness?
Man, you go to that other country and leave her the hell alone. That's what you do. What are you talking about? That's
she might be crazy.
Man, I don't care about that. You in a whole nother country. If you go, look, I didn't have me some drink. I'm feeling good. If he goes to a whole nother country, what do we care? Let her go. Y'all ain't got no ties.
Well, she don't have nobody. She don't talk to her family.
I wouldn't care if she was the Pope that didn't have nothing in a room and just sitting in a padded room with a straight jacket on. If he goes to another country, who cares? You're going to a whole nother country.
Yeah. I mean,
she still might be crazy.
Man, look.
She'd be like, I go to the ends of the earth for you, baby.
You are going to a whole nother it's going to end regardless. Because he's going to see somebody in the country he's going to start messing with. He's going to end it regardless.
So would you say in the previous show it says she does not have many friends? Stop right there.
Look, okay, listen what I'm saying. He's going to he took a job in another country.
Yeah.
He's going to cheat or whatever. He's going to find somebody else in that country anyway.
Yeah. I mean, if he's not, he said he wasn't in love with her. He's not in love with her.
He's going to find. Look,
but he's got to tell her that, though.
You know what? No. See, let's get to the.
So you saying, Jody? So you saying that's you gonna wait till you get to the other country? And then
damn right. I'm gonna wait till I get to the other country, and I'm gonna tell her, look here, this ain't working. I can't do this long distance stuff. And she might say, well, baby, I can go to the. No, that's all right. I don't need you to come here. I'm done. This is the problem. But you know what? On all seriousness, this is the problem with a lot of marriages and couples right now. Like, They don't want to. I don't want to hurt his feelings or her feelings. I don't want to. She's a good. He or she is a good person. And look here, okay. If they not compatible, if y'all not compatible because for real, you're wasting each other's time. You just are. You're wasting each other's time. That could be time you could be spending with somebody that you want to get to know better and you want to love.
Feelings gonna be hurt. The feelings is gonna get hurt regardless. So rip the Band-Aid off.
The feelings is gonna get hurt. You're gonna leave her regardless.
Yeah.
It don't. Today, tomorrow, next year, you're going to leave her.
Erica Tizeno said it's hard to commit to a long distance relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're gonna, man. What? I'm not doing no long distance.
And we can go into that. Maybe that's another topic, man. But
shoot for it.
Like how like it's segue into like catfishing, right? These Bamas be in long distance relationships. They be clear across the whole state for like years. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't get it, man.
How you doing that?
Let me. I need somebody to come up that actually did a long-term relationship and it worked. Because I'm gonna be. Oh no. And be honest, it worked, and you didn't have anybody on the side at all. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I know people who got people on talking to people long distance. You still got somebody on the side. I don't care what you say. You talking to somebody on the side. There's no way. You get what I'm saying? There's no way, unless you're a square.
Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this.
Y'all got me on the right day.
Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this though. Would you want to know if they had someone on this relationship?
Well, for me, I wouldn't even care. Okay, because
I wouldn't even care.
I wouldn't care. I'm dead serious. I wouldn't care because I'm gonna be doing my thing. I'm talking about me now. If I'm in a long distance relationship, I'm doing something on the side. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh God,
I'm doing something on this. Listen to what I'm telling you. Women out here, y'all need to listen. If you in a long distance relationship, the guy, or you could be, you got somebody on the side that's tickling your fancy every now and again. I don't care what you say. You can say what you want to say.
Yeah, I don't see long distance relationships working, bro. Because
it can work.
It depends.
Look, who was that said it didn't work? Read the comment. Somebody said it didn't work.
Erica said that.
Exactly. Yeah. And why, Erica? It specifically say why. We need you to come up here. Tell us why.
Yeah. Come on live. Because it depends. It depends on the individuals, right? Like if you dealing with two individuals who don't necessarily need that in-person love and affection all the time, not touchy-feely and all that other stuff, then long distance relationships may work. You know what I'm saying? If it maybe some people they connect just on an intellectual level more than, you know what I'm saying, and they cool with the every 2-3 months.
Bro, I'm gonna stab you with my crayon. I'm gonna stab you with a crayon. I don't care what nobody says. I am not. There's no way I'm talking to somebody that's all the way in Germany somewhere, and I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna be faithful to you, and not just we're gonna have a relationship.
It can happen.
People do it though.
You better have a. No, but my thing is this though. You better have a green card, a visa. You better have something because this ain't gonna work.
Solo, listen to what I'm saying.
Travel.
I'm not saying that it can't work. What I'm saying ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying it can't work. What I am saying is they have something that's tickling their fancy on the side, whether they're doing it then or whether they're doing when you wait till you come actually see them and they stop or whatever it may be. But they had somebody that's tickling their fancy on the side. It's not just you. Let's just say that.
We got Erica in the building. Thank you, Erica, for joining us today on the podcast.
Thank you so much, Erica. Shed some light on this, please.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
I'm good. Shed some light on.
It didn't work for me because I had just finished high school, and I went to college, and he was to college himself, and he actually was in another state, and I was in Louisiana, and he was in Washington, D.C., and he was my first love, but apparently it didn't work because I found out a lot of things that was going on, and I was hurt about it. So
Wow.
It didn't work.
He went to a HBCU.
He went to Howard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was having too much
It
fun.
was too much temptation.
Yeah.
It's
So,
hard.
but
Well, let me ask you a question. Now. How did you find
hold
out?
on. How old were you? Number one. How old were
She
you?
said she was 19.
She was
got out of
19?
High school. Yeah, they got out.
yeah.
Oh, that's
about
definitely not gonna work.
19.
That's
Yeah.
definitely not gonna work.
Yeah.
There.
So let me ask you, how did it go? Like I'm not saying I'm not trying to dig deep.
Years.
I'm not trying to dig deep, okay? But I want to ask, how did it how did it transpire? Like, okay, you hear the story with this guy, he didn't want to say anything. How did it happen? How did it transpire where you guys knew it wasn't gonna work between you two?
Well, I mean, I trusted him enough. I was still young, so I trusted him enough to where, I didn't feel like, he was gonna do what he did, and I started figuring some things out. Actually, the college that I was at, it was Grambling State University, and actually his friend actually basically told me a lot of things.
Wait a minute, was this
But
another dude?
actually, before that, I had got the phone call the night before saying that the guy was coming to warn me about some things, but not to listen to him because it was a lie. So I'm like, yeah. So I already got the warning, but I didn't. First of all, I never met this friend before. I never met his friend. So just apparently, when I was walking to go in the union, and apparently, I recognized his friend's face because I saw pictures of him, but like I said, I never met him.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that's when the guy, we both recognized each other, and I was like, hey, he told me he had some things to tell me, and it was just a lot of stuff, y'all.
Wait a minute, Erica, a dude told you this?
Dang.
Yeah.
What?
Sound like he was trying to get at you.
You ain't lying. That's what I was about to say.
Oh, no, he wasn't trying to get at me. No. He wasn't trying to get at me.
Well, so what was the purpose
what was
of
the
him
purpose of
telling
him
him
to tell you that? Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, basically because he was like, he didn't want to see me get hurt, and he knew about a lot of deep secrets that was going on with other people that was involved, and it was just a lot of stuff. So
that's crazy.
I was hurt. I was torn. I was really hurt.
Yeah.
Like I said, that was my,
your first love. Yeah.
So when you confronted him about it, I'm sure you confronted him. What was?
Of course. Well, of course, he still denied it. He still denied it, and it took me a long time for me to, let him go, and we just,
Do you think? I mean, you hear the story that we read, and like I was saying, like I know when it comes to, because I'm just only going by my opinion, of course. Long distance relationships, especially in today's society, is so tough because there's so much temptation out here. It's so much that goes on social media, everything that goes on around you. That's why I'm trying to figure out how do people even try to, I mean, and I know it's all out of love, and that's what the beautiful part about it, it's all out of love. But how can you trust? And that's the biggest thing. It's like the trust part.
I'm gonna need you to be in the States at least.
No, I'm gonna need you to be in my community, like
exactly right. Yeah,
right down the street.
I mean, now that we older, you know what I'm saying, we can travel. You know what I'm saying, I can fly you out, you can fly me out. You know what I mean? But I mean, it don't have to be far. No,
long distance, bro.
No. No,
you gotta get on the plane.
I've done it. I've had it done. I mean, if they really want to be with you, they'll make that. I mean, you gotta think though. Some people, if you think about it like this, Atlanta, Georgia ain't a far drive, right? But that's not really a far drive for some people.
It's like what, 7
well,
miles?
I live in Louisiana, so it's like about, I would say a 7 or 8.
That's, I mean, really, if you think about it, some people do that on a regular. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, there's a lot of people that are married, and think about people that's married overseas or that's in the military. You feel what I'm saying? Like they do it all the time. No, that ain't. How is that different?
That's different. And when you're in the military, you already know what you're getting into. You know what I'm saying?
when you're in the military, you can go with your significant other.
That's if they want you to go.
Sometimes.
That's if they exactly.
Depending on what it is.
Y'all ever seen Jawhead? You know what they call them in the military when the woman cheat?
Jody.
Ain't nowhere in the world, bro. Hey, listen, Erica, let me ask you a question though. Has that affected you on your previous? Your upcoming relationship? I don't know if you're in a relationship or married right now, but I'm saying, did that affect you moving forward in your relations?
No, it didn't. I just I had just stopped the long distance dating thing. I didn't want to date nobody long distance,
Mm-hmm.
Because of that because of that one situation. I just I didn't want to trust my heart again to
Yeah. I mean, the way I hate to say this, but the way stuff going nowadays, man, I don't even know if you want to just like cancel certain stuff because it ain't the same no more. Dating ain't the same. Like where you can go out to Walmart, you can go out to Target or something like that, and you can give out somebody, give your number out or whatever like that. But nowadays, you know what I'm saying, you talking about being in a community. Sometimes it ain't good to be in a community because you don't even want to know who, you know what I'm saying? It could be too close to home. You know what I'm saying? When you dating somebody. I mean, I don't know. Y'all let me know.
What you mean it's too close to home?
I mean, like, sometimes, some of our cities and states are small. Some of us got small communities of people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain areas that could have like 2,000, 3,000 people, not that many people. So you go out here and date somebody, be like, oh, dang, you know what I mean? Like, it's too small. It's too small for
everybody's cousins.
I'm trying to cut you off, but some small towns, like the hometown I'm from, it's hard to date somebody because almost everybody is
know each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So it's like, oh my God.
That's the point I was making.
My
Yeah.
own family member, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the point I'm making. I mean, I hate to say this, but
so some people do go out of their hometown and
or out of their race.
Because
of that.
So what you saying? You feel like that? Because you maybe could be a small town where everybody know each other, so everybody gonna have a pass. So you want something a little different where you ain't got to be in your hometown and hear about another person being with another person and not,
No, it's not that. It's not that. It just I always was the type of person that just wants something different and try something different. So
she don't want what everybody have. I get it. That's cool.
Yeah, I just don't want to. I mean,
you don't want that mileage.
I just rather not date somebody from my hometown. So we'll leave it at that.
No, I understand.
I mean, but that's why I say leave the door open to, meet somebody because you don't know where you may meet them at. You know what I mean? Let me ask y'all this, ladies. If y'all can go, if y'all can change now, and if you are single, where would you want to meet that person at? Where do you want to meet him at? Do you want to meet him at a club, church, the library, strip? I want to know. Like, I want to know where
Okay, Eric, I'm about to say something. I'm about to say something right here. I'm about to get into a whole nother. Y'all probably okay. We talk about the small town, right, Erica? And you say, you want to not date somebody in your small town or in your town. Right. But is it because they have that history in that town? Because let's say the community, I don't want to say what it, do we smell the community, the community. And so we talk about, do they have to move away to actually have a
decent relationship?
A decent relationship.
No,
Bros, why you laughing? Bros laughing already.
I have dated some guys.
No, I'm not saying you, Erica. I'm just saying.
But that was in high school. That was way back, high school. But no.
But you get what I'm saying, though. Do a person have to move away?
No,
in order to have? Because I mean, who? Okay, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if we are dudes, so we speak amongst each other in the community, and we know who the girl is that was a jump off in the community, right? So do you think she's going to
community dot?
So she would have to. So think about this. She would have to move away. That's just like a dude, Erica, that you got. They will. He been with a lot of people, so
that's true. Some of them have bad reputations.
Exactly. Exactly. So because it's true. So they would have to move away. So they would have to move away in order to start fresh. So nobody know, because people gonna be like, well, nah, because if I date you, you've been with this person, that person, that person. They live down the street, and then Cassandra, she live across the street, and then this right, and then I got to see them, and then this baggage, and then he might have kids, and then it's so much that goes on.
And then you ain't, as a dude, you ain't trying to hear. I mean, I always hear the stories. Be like, yeah, so and so's wife, right? I used to crack that. You like what? God dang it! You was cracking that too.
I'm telling you. So that's why they have to move away. They have to move away. You just have to.
Some of them comfortable with it.
Man, they ain't getting married.
They ain't got no.
Man, I don't want to see you at no family reunions. I don't want to see you at no functions.
So we got some comments as well. Chloe and Hill said, "Hometown people are your cousins most of the time," according to her grandpa.
And they right, especially in Louisiana.
And then Uncle True said at our age, most of them dudes on drugs in their hometown.
but Erica, you went to Grambling, right?
Yes,
now,
I did.
Honestly, okay, so would you date somebody that's going to Grambling?
I would have.
So you didn't. But you knew the reputation, but you did. Oh, so how did that go? Because I'm sure it was a lot.
It didn't work out. It didn't work out.
Exactly, and it was because see, I'm gonna tell you, and this is not true. I'm giving my.
It didn't work out because he was from a different town, and I'm from a different town, and it started off. It was working pretty well, but then some stuff happened.
Say it, Erica. Say it, Erica.
But no, listen. Let me tell you, because I have to speak out now. I'm not ashamed. I used to be shamed. I'm not ashamed anymore. But I was in a domestic violence.
Oh wow!
So he was the first. He was the first that actually abused me. So yeah, and it just
that's a whole nother can of worms too, right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
But I live and I learn, and I never expected it. I never saw it coming, and it ended up happening. So yeah.
Well, glad you made it out, because some women don't make it out of those types of situations. Too long.
Well, and also with that being said, not just make it out. Some people don't even heal from that. It's a traumatic thing.
There you go.
And
it took me a long time. It did. I'm like I said, I'm able to speak on it now, and just to help other women. I've been in three. Not just, he wasn't my first, but the second one, and then the third one. So wow. I just kind of started getting healed. I'm 41 years old, and now, and I just, I'm good now. I can talk about it without me crying, without me, I'm healed. I'm good now.
Was there something or any similarities between those three men?
See, that's what I was going to ask.
That, you know what I mean?
Basically all three of them had something in common, and that was anger.
Okay.
That was anger. They just wanted things their way, and me, I'm very nice, I'm very sweet, I'm very compassionate, and I'm very understanding, but at the same time, I can't help you. I can't change nobody. I can't change your ways. You have to change on your own. And if you're going to continue doing what you're still doing, I don't want to be with you.
Erica be finding an angry man.
No, so I want to speak on this too, because
and it was controlling too. It was controlling also, and jealousy, a lot of jealousy.
I think, and it really depends on the person, because I think that depending on the relationship, depending on if you really love that person, I feel like women can change a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I mean, we all keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? So like, for me in my past relationships, before I met my wife, that when I got into an argument, it was, you know what I'm saying, I got mad, I'm yelling, you know what I'm saying. When I got with her, it was like, she was like, hold up, you ain't about to be talking to me like that, you know what I'm saying. And it took a little bit for me to unprogram that part of myself to not come across that way, you know what I'm saying, because it wasn't my intent, right? And I think that's a difference, right? Like, some people are just angry and just don't care, right? but it wasn't my intent to come off that way. So over time, you know, I changed, right? I self-reflected, in the words of my man Chris, self-reflected, and you know, I saw that, hey, I didn't want to lose her, so I had to make a change. You know what I'm saying? So I made that.
Yeah.
So here's my question to you, Miss Erica, is that I don't know if you're with someone now or if you're married, but if you are, how has this relationship went compared to the others? You know, or if you're dealing with someone now, how are they like?
What are the signs you looking like?
Yeah,
are you looking for signs?
Are you looking for certain things, or
that's what I was going to ask.
Are you
too.
Triggered? Like, I'm trying to figure out how to put this question to you.
I feel you. It's like, what are your expectations as far as what you like, what you're not going to deal with? What are you like? Because you say you've been with it 3 times. Yeah. So what is your break? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, B is right. Like, that's the question I was going with it. Like, what are you looking for now?
My lesson for me, I just had to. I had to not rush going into another relationship. I had to completely heal, because that was the problem. Was I wasn't healed yet, and I'm just rushing to go into another. You know, everybody wants to love, wants to be loved, wants to be loved the right way. You know what I'm saying? And when you think that person is for you, of course it ends up, you know, it's not for you. So my problem was me rushing, I'm just getting over one relationship and going to the next. So I had to learn the hard way, of course. And but
now, did you get therapy, or did you just try to do all this on your own?
It was spiritual therapy.
Okay, that's good.
Therapy. I didn't want to be on no medicine, nothing like that, because I was depressed, of course. But spiritual counseling, it helped me out a lot. Okay. Yeah, it really did.
My thing is, I mean,
and being around empowered women too. So
my thing is, how are you going to know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people can hide that stuff really well. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, certain things, certain tendencies of people. It's kind of hard to tell unless they. I think the red flags is when they're too secretive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they too secretive, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's a problem, because they're not really trying to tell you some things. I mean, if there's certain things they don't want to talk about in the front, or like up front, like give them time. I understand. You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, you know what I mean? I'm kind of dealing with that. Give me some time a little bit, and I'll talk to you. You know what I mean? As long as there's communication. But if there ain't no communication right there, and they're not telling you stuff, I mean, that's going to be a hard thing to find, and it takes time to see those type of. I always tell people, you know, especially when it comes to guys, like for females, you know what I mean? See how they treat their mother, see how they treat their kids, how they treat their cousins.
A good indication.
Yeah, how they treat their sisters, if they have a sister. A lot of
kinda. That's not always the case, though.
Not always. I said a lot of times.
But I mean, okay. So I want to hear why you say kinda.
Yeah, give us a story.
I would just say kinda, because I mean, people can, you know, the devil can lurk in any different way. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah,
you
you could be an angel. You know what I'm saying, in front of everybody else, but when you get behind them closed doors, it's things
comes in different shapes and forms.
Exactly. Yeah. So my question would also be to you is that, let me spin it like this. You get with a man that doesn't have those tendencies, but you know, something may arise to where in your previous relationship that you've been with, you know what I'm saying, it was handled a certain way. Is that like a trigger to you, and you like maybe shut down or maybe become offensive to your new person, and you get a totally different reaction from the new person, but you don't know how to deal with it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you understand where I'm going with the question.
You talking to me?
Yeah, Erica. I'm sorry, Erica. Yeah, I was talking to you. So my question was, again, is
probably what is the triggers?
Yeah.
And other men that you see?
Yeah.
That's what he asking. Like, do you see triggers? Like, you know, moving forward when you're dating. I don't, like you said, we don't know if you're dating right now or seeing somebody, but the triggers.
Yeah, I see. I just kind of witness certain things, you know, if like, you know, we started off strong with good conversations, and now it's like, you know, I notice, you know, I'll notice if it's fading away, then I know something is up.
Right.
Well, have you? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Would you say you are seeing someone right now?
Yeah, but that's not going on now.
No. I know. Yeah.
I mean, but I'm not saying like previous, like before. That's before when I was talking to somebody else before, that's what I was witnessing, you know.
Right.
We started off strong and good, the conversations, and then all of a sudden some things started changing. And then I found out that that he was seeing somebody. He was seeing multiple women.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was
hold on before you go there.
And how I know because I had a text that came through my phone.
Yeah, that's the question I wanted to know.
So
like,
this wasn't from no online things, was it? And this was a small town from small town guy.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Right, it wasn't a small town, but it was an online thing. It was.
I mean, but sometimes that stuff pop up.
But I didn't meet the person. We would see each other.
Okay,
but
so
I had a text message that came through my phone
one
morning.
Grinch.
It was like,
real life.
This is his wife, and I said, what?
We need one of them sounds. What? It was his wife.
Wow.
What was that?
So what did she say?
It wasn't just me. It was different. It was like 9 different women in one text.
Hold on. So
all
different women.
Hold on. So they started a group chat.
Yes, a group chat.
They all know each other.
And
so look, we
just started naming different cities. So who's from this town?
Oh my
blah, blah,
goodness.
blah.
Hold on. Let me say this. If it's one thing women are, man, y'all some real good investigators, man. How 9 different women find each other that don't even live in the same place.
No, what happened is the wife. What happened is the wife probably started the group chat because she got the phone. And what's crazy is, could you imagine being
like,
him?
Why you gotta lie? Just be honest. You know he was still married. I don't even know how he was doing.
Man, I would go find Midlands hole and go crawling.
Wait a minute. Oh, we gotta have this.
Excuse me,
Erica. You just made a subject for the next topic.
No, part 2.
No.
Part 2. Another.
Oh, look. Oh, wait a minute. He had 9 other women
and married, and they started a group chat.
Yeah,
and y'all started. Erica, next time
he had 5
we
on the floor and 5 on the bench.
Erica, we have
starting 5.
Look, we gonna be on next Thursday. You got to come up because this has got to be. So he had 9 other women.
If my kids don't have a game, because I've been, if I got on the live late, my daughter had a volleyball game.
So can I ask this before we bring that up? How did the group? What was the group text start? Like, how did it start? Like, what did it say?
The group chat started off, like I said, hey, anybody who knows this guy is married, showed the picture of him and his wife, and then all the other women was like, what? He told me he had such and such kids, and he was like, wait, hold on.
So this probably went on for days. That probably was like a day's group chat.
And then guy had nerve to text us, was texting all of us, like texting us, saying don't believe it and that's a lie. And, I don't know.
But wait a minute.
He already drowned it. He already drowned it.
That son of a gun, that MF, he's this and that. It was crazy, y'all.
But wait a minute.
Bro, that's where I need my.
Oh God! He got caught in the group text, and he's still trying to justify this.
Yeah, he was still trying to justify, don't believe it, and
dang.
it was crazy.
Yeah, that's why.
We have to bring this up now. This is just too good to be true. This is
and
some
we
more stuff.
We was talking for 4 months. But we never.
That's the secret one.
I was close to saying, okay, you ready for a relationship? But I'm
hell no, he ain't ready for a relationship. We got 9 other ones.
Came through. I mean,
But hold on, you met him online? Did you meet him online? Was it?
She met him on the same group chat as every the other night.
But I'm saying,
yes, and I found out all the other women were online
on the same group.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you met him online, he wasn't like sweet talking no other joint online too at the same time.
He was,
but he had them different.
Well, I mean, it was like I said, it was 9 of us.
We probably had different accounts. Johnny 2, Johnny 3.
It was different women in different towns. So I don't know.
God dang it.
Yeah,
I got 2 phones.
Multiple social media accounts.
Yeah, you're right. 2 phones.
My man had the 112 in the back.
Ain't no way, yo. Like, why
around the world?
But what makes a person 9 people? Like, what is you doing? Like, what was you trying to do?
I don't know. But
he was trying to find a one. I don't know.
Married. He was married, right?
He was trying to make concubines.
And then he still tried to plead like, "Oh,
he texted on the side. Hey, this is Troy. This is not John. Look,
hey, you know what? Y'all women good, man. They had them on. They had a group text,
bro.
You know, I can't give it to black women, bro. They will band together in a coolness.
Look, Jody, I would have made my own burial plot. I'd have buried myself around. You know what? Get the shovel.
I don't know. She must have had a track on his phone, or she must have had the phone bill, and she saw all these numbers, and she was just texting all of us.
Yeah. Oh, so his wife texts y'all.
I got a headache.
It had to be
she
her.
started a group chat.
She opened his phone. She was like,
she
Billy.
sent a picture
Billy?
with her and him together.
Wow.
So you're not with the kids, are you?
So did they have kids and everything? So he was full blown married. They
don't have kids together.
So he don't have no kids.
He does, but not by her.
Lord,
lying.
And he lied about that too. Some women was like, well, he told me he had 2 kids, but technically he has 4 kids. So technically, you know, he was lying, like telling some women he had 2. He told some women he had 3.
Did he change? Did he change his name? Did he change his name up?
He was catfishing all y'all.
Did he change his name to Did he have a different name and stuff?
No, he had his real name.
He's bold. He's bold.
Look, you gotta send us his social media so we can bring him up on live.
I want to interview exactly.
You gotta tell us why and how you was doing that. Oh my gosh! But you never met him though, right?
I did. I told you.
Oh,
said, we would see each other often. I don't know, yeah.
Dang.
The blood of Jesus.
How do you even have time for 9?
Let alone his wife and the second one.
That is, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's way too much.
Let me say this though. I couldn't be on the phone with you, Erica. I mean, Sasha. I mean, Daggett. Who am I talking to right now? Lindsay.
That's way too much.
And we would talk every morning early. He would text me early every morning, like 5 something in the morning. I wasn't even up yet, and he texted me.
Y'all was in different time zones. That's how he did it.
I know he messing up with the texts and sending you stuff to the wrong person. Did you clean your floors? I didn't clean my floors. What you talking about? Oh, I mean, you know, he probably wash your drawers.
He probably just saved everything under, and all you gotta do is copy and paste.
Man, he must have found a dope text app though. He can just say the same thing and send to everybody.
That's tough. That's a lot.
That's too much energy, bro. Like, why do people do that? That's just
he ain't got no life.
Yeah,
he ain't got no life.
He really don't.
No life. He ain't had no life, bro. Like, there's no way.
That joint was like a high for him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
9?
He tells people, yeah, I got about 9, homie. Yeah, you know, on the side. And my wife. Like, what?
And then why would you get married if you knew you weren't
his wife not together? Him and his wife separated.
Oh, after she found out 8 other people, whatever.
Exactly.
So she posted it on Facebook.
Dang. See, that's the place. That is the damage.
He doubled down. Now he got 18.
You know what? I think I hate to tell you this, but Facebook is the worst place to get blasted. I don't care if it's TikTok or IG. Ain't nobody your family on there, but Facebook, your family is on there.
Your great granny got a Facebook page.
Did you hear about John having 9 women? Oh, God.
Maybe you know Earl got diabetes. I'm
gonna be honest with you. That's one thing about women. When they get together, they put you on blast, and you are on blast.
Look, Gerald got 7 women. Look, Gerald. His old ugly ass.
It's not me.
I know, right?
Blast, boy. They put you on blast.
Yeah. Oh, my head, girl. My head is hurting on that one.
Man. That is
I'm just tickled over here about that one.
So Erica, do that like deter you from the online?
No, it doesn't.
Does it? But it doesn't in any way like shape your approach in other like the relationship you're in right now. Like, do you find yourself like wondering who's texting when he gets a text?
Man,
no.
I mean, that's good.
This person, I believe he's heaven sent.
What's crazy?
Somebody I've been praying for.
What's crazy is you got to ask. So, are you married? Okay. Do you have 9 women? Do you have any concubines?
You gotta ask the questions up
Like,
front.
what the hell?
Like,
Who you been talking to?
Because I gotta ask these questions up front.
Yeah,
Mine did. Ask me all them questions.
they got a list of questions.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what's so sad? Especially if you got everything going for yourself, that's the first thing they ask you. Look, I don't care about all that. I don't care if you got a house call. How many kids you got? Or
Mine's like, look, let me see your phone. What? Let me see your phone. Because no, let me see your phone. What?
you're not gonna see these 9 women.
Nah, he's good.
Nah, that's good. That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you, especially all that you've been through. So that's good.
Yes,
Indeed.
yes.
Well, I
Definitely.
appreciate you coming up and
Yeah, we do. Thank you for coming.
this is the healing process. We like to laugh and joke, and this
I
is
gotta
part of the
laugh at these
healing
type of
process.
moments,
Yes,
man.
of
For real,
course.
I have
This
to
is
get to
part
be
of the
too.
healing process.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
For sure.
You're welcome. Thank y'all for having me.
Well, it is that time, guys, where we're gonna wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
We appreciate everybody for tuning in and chiming in. Thank you, Erica, for coming up and sharing your
Welcome.
story
Thank
of
you.
your 9, the guy with the 9.
You ain't lying.
I got to hear more about that later,
We
though.
got it.
That's crazy.
How did it even start? Like, where do you start with that? Like,
He's probably watching right now.
that's good.
Yeah.
If he is,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
he's
schmellican.
probably in the comments like, don't listen to her. Don't listen.
She's lying.
She's lying.
Telling us the same thing he told them.
My name is Little Gerald. My name is Little Gerald.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on and appreciate everybody jumping into the live and commenting and everything. And you know what I'm saying, before we get out of here, definitely make sure you go follow the channel at The Real Podcast Head. We on IG. Follow us there. Follow us on TikTok. Hit us up on YouTube. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We in here.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I always say, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. Y'all can come on in and we can be friends. Normally we on Thursday night, but start next week. We might not be on Thursday night. We're gonna get y'all another time and date, but
Probably Sunday. Yeah, Sunday probably.
Probably be Sunday. So hopefully we can catch y'all after church, folk.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in. See you
All right.
soon.
Indeed. Good night.
Peace.
God
Good night.
bless.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you, Eric.
You're welcome.